Founded in 1902 by James Cash Penney, J.C. Penney is a well-known American department store chain. It's not just a department store, it's a store that focuses on cost-effective products and is a part of the familiar life. At a time when offline distribution was mainstream, J.C. Penney dominated American consumer culture for over a century. In 1875, Penney was born on a farm near Hamilton, Missouri, the seventh son of a poor farmer's 12 sons. His father was also an unpaid Baptist minister. So from a young age, Penney was taught not only about faith, but about the value of money and self-reliance. On April 14, 1902, when he was in his late 20s, Penney, along with two business partners, opened his first shop, a drapery. And being a religious man, he named it the Golden Rule Shop. Matthew 7 verse 12, Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." He wanted that to be the highest value of his business. His business grew and grew, and by 1913, he owned 34 stores in the western United States alone, bringing annual revenue to over $2 million, a phenomenal growth. Over the years, the number of stores grew to over 1,300. By 1971, when he was called by God, he owned over 1,660 department stores in the United States, and contributed greatly to the creation of God's country. But even he had his difficulties. Twice, he lost his beloved wife, and each time, he suffered a profound setback. Not only that, when the global depression hit and the stock market crashed, he lost $40 million a day. He had to sell almost all of his assets to pay off his debts, but he still owed $7 million. So, at the time, 54-year-old Penney was suffering from illness, anxiety and insomnia. He was taking sedatives or sleeping pills, but he was constantly up at night in anxiety and fear. His body and mind were so weakened, Penney felt his time was near, and moved into a sanitarium run by a Christian institution in Battle Creek, Michigan. Then one night, sensing his imminent death, Penney wrote a farewell letter to his family and friends and went to bed. In the early morning hours, he was awakened by the sound of hymns from the chapel of the sanatorium. He was awakened by something he didn't understand, and he went to the chapel, and he sat in the back seat of the chapel, and he sang those hymns with them, and he prayed. And he suddenly felt renewed and became strong in his body and in his soul. After the service, he returned home, and with his strong faith, he overcame each and every obstacle that came his way. He then rebuilt his business and was able to make a comeback. As Penney recalled, he confessed, "It was a miracle. I am so grateful to my God for giving me a miracle." He explained that the company name JC is an abbreviation for Jesus Christ, and Penney meant living toward God. After his successful comeback, he gave thanks to God by building 100 houses in Florida for retired pastors. And this is how he expressed his gratitude. "All this time, I've been thinking about how I can give so much to so many people, and I've been very grateful. And I realized how blessed I was to have such a life of gratitude." And then he said, "For all the problems I find myself in, I am grateful, because once I overcome one problem, I find myself stronger and better equipped to deal with the problems that lie ahead." I've always grown bigger in the face of adversity. That's right. Nobody likes adversity, but when we overcome it with the strength that God gives us, we will achieve greater benefits and greater growth. That's why we, God's workers, must never give up in the face of hardship. On the contrary, we must rely completely on the God of power to pray, to be grateful, to treat others, and to persevere in faith until His time comes to collect them. Therefore, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. For this is the law and the prophet. Matthew 7 verse 12. Thank you. I hope you, like James Penney, will rely heavily on God, give thanks, pray, be kind to others, and dream of a great inheritance from God.